Bonjour tout le monde. Hello my friends. Bon vendredi ou vendredi. Happy Friday. I'll wait for some of you to come on. So, you know what this just made me think of as I held my phone up? Often people come to the store and they're like, "Oh, I watch you on I watch you on video and I really thought you were a lot taller." And I'm like, it must be the way I hold the phone. I am not taller. Ceux de vous autres qui me connaissent, je suis short. Mais il y a plein de monde qui pense que je suis comme un géante quand ils me voient sur l'écran. Donc, vraiment pas géante ici. So, definitely not a giant here. So, hello, my friends. So we didn't get a lot in, but we have been little busy bees. We did get some waffle flour restock, which is always good. Hello Carmen, so hello Ariel et Sylvie, Jacinthe, Antonia. Hello my friends. And also we have a few spellbinders. Thank you, Antonia. Hi, Natalie. So she says I look perfectly great in this munchkinness. So I guess I'm a little. I'm sorry I missed you also, Helen. Jay told me you were here. Hello, Colette. Maybe a little giant. Bonjour, Odette. Donc, bonjour tout le monde. So, comme j'ai dit, on n'a pas beaucoup de produits, donc je pense que je vais faire un démo de le Better Press et après ça avec les pochoirs de Pink Fresh. Et aussi, bonne nouvelle, on a reçu des papiers de 49 and Market. On les a à l'unité. Pas une grosse quantité, mais on les a à l'unité. Donc, je vais vous montrer eux autres aussi. So I will show you those as well, just to remind you of the patterns, because now you can get them individually. Et oui, ils vont être en ligne bientôt. Erin travaille fort de les mettre. So let's just get started. And I'm going to flip around the camera. So this is the restock. Et ça, c'est ce qui reste de le restock. So this one here was from the postage collage of the So Fun line. So we've got postage collage So Fun. Hi, Linda. So this is back in stock. C'est de retour en stock. And the So Fun die. Okay, you guys remember how that makes that beautiful, beautiful sewing machine? Okay, donc c'est de retour en stock. Quelqu'un m'avait demandé le petit cupcake encore, donc on a une ou deux en stock. Si vous avez manqué dans les premières batches, il était tellement populaire. Ça vient avec le chandelle et aussi un petit cerise pour mettre dessus. So this is from the cupcake line when we had the little cupcakes and the box of cupcakes. So somebody had asked me to order this. So hi, Michelle. So we've got the cupcake back in stock and it comes with the candle and it comes with a little cherry to put on top. So lots of fun there. People have had a lot of fun with this die. So that is back, sweet cupcake. Also the Quilted Squares texture die. Okay. Donc, qui a fait la beau texture, on a montré tous les échantillons de waffle flour quand on a fait la première vidéo de le sorti waffle flour. Donc, il est là. The other one that was extremely popular is the tiny square textured die. Donc, ces matrices-là, ils vous donnent une texture sur votre carton et quand c'est teinte sur teinte comme ça, il ajoute un look d'élégance à n'importe quelle carte que vous faites. Élégance ou du fun, c'est comme vous voulez, mais c'est vraiment, vraiment utile de mettre ça comme un fond Et comme c'est dans un fond, c'est vraiment pas l'attraper l'œil. So when you're talking about a background dye that is really just going to add some texture, it's not you don't want it to attract the eye away from your focal point. That is what's so wonderful about these. You can use them over and over again, and people will probably not even notice so much because it just adds a beautiful texture without pulling your eye away from the actual main focal point of your card. So Tiny Texture Die literally flew out of here. Then we have the Postage Collage So Fun Stencil. So ceux-là, c'est quand vous faites les trois, une par-dessus de l'autre. Pour moi, Isabella, it's more coffee time than wine time, but that's okay. It's wine o'clock somewhere. So this is the Postage Collage So Fun Stencil. Then we have the Quilted Floral. This was a lot of fun. So these do fun backgrounds, okay? So these do fun backgrounds. Erin's going to pull up just a few samples to remind you. Hi, Lynn. And then I love this one, the Patchwork Cat, okay? It's very different. It looks like a digitally remastered cat. It really does, and it just makes for a very exceptional card. I mean, look how cute that is. Okay? Donc, it looks like somebody built it out of blocks. Donc, vraiment, ceux-là, moi, je sais pas si c'est les couleurs, mais, and then that's back in stock, and I love the background done in the gray. Okay? Tu vois, le gris puis le rose, ceux-là, j'adore. Puis oui, le chat est de retour en stock aussi. So this is the cat silhouette die. This one is back in stock, and that's that one right there. And the bowl and the toys, they come with it. Donc, ça vient dans la matrice. Okay? So that is a beautiful card to make. And the Quilted Floral, Erin's going to pull up a quick sample. Then we got back in our best friend, okay, the best friend dogs. Oh, here's the Quilted Floral. Look how pretty that is. And look, they did very little to the rest of the card. Yep. So really quite simple card to make. A couple of sequins were put on there, but just so beautiful. There it is behind the silhouetted dog and with the spools of thread. So depending on the colors you use is how bright that's going to be. But if you notice, they also put it on one of the backgrounds. Okay? So also a lot of fun. You stencil right over the backgrounds.
What's great about that, you really don't have to add a lot after.
No. No, very simple because you can, with a punch of color like that. Hi, Michelle. So lots and lots of fun. So that was that one. And the Postage Collage, so fun, just to remind you. So as I was saying, the dog set is back in. So we've got the dog friend or best friend dog, as well as best friend die, as well as the best friend stamp. Les deux vont ensemble, mais vous pouvez utiliser chacune séparément. Parce que ça fait des silhouettes, ça fait des silhouettes aussi. Donc, il y en a des cartes où il utilise juste le chien sans étamper. Bonjour, Céline. So, that is these, okay? So, you can see the best friend dog, very cute. Ceux-là, c'est des étampes. Voilà, c'est les étampes. So you see, and those are the dies.
Oh, this
Okay?
is a stamp too, I think.
Oh, that might be the stamp as well. All right. Et un autre qui est très populaire. Oh, look at that. Look at this one, guys. All different color dogs, but look how cool that looks. Happy Father's Day. Love that. Allô, Marie-France. Donc, Catitude Duo or Bundle est toujours populaire. Et ça, c'est la même chose. C'est les chats avec le matrice des chats. Okay? So here, just doing a background of them. Et oui, c'est le matrice. Ils ont collé chacune des animaux. Même, ils ont coupé quelques-uns pour le faire la look plus originale. So you can see they are beautiful.
Are they in a shaker?
They are in a shaker. Well, they're on top of the shaker.
Don't put your dogs in a shaker.
Don't put your dogs in a shaker. Nobody's been that bad. So did you pull up the postage collage?
Wait.
Here we go. Donc ça c'est le postage collage So Fun. Pour ceux qui fait So Fun. So fun. That's Erin's English reading. Look how cute.
Quand ça rentrait, moi je dis so fun.
Elle a dit oui, c'est So Fun.
Et après j'ai réalisé que
Donc vraiment, vraiment cute. Okay? So that is our restock of waffle flour. Lots of fun stuff. These are used on top that So Fun stencil to add just some texture, some more look. You can see it there. You see there, you've got the needle they put, then they put the circle, they put the postage, they put le petit épingle. So all of that they got from this stencil. So lots and lots of fun there. Okay. Oh, Erin's pulling up the texture die. Donc, c'est ceux-là, le quilted squares. Et voilà. Donc, il y a aussi un pochoir qui le match. Et oui, on l'a en stock. So there is also a stencil that matches, and we do have it in stock. And you can see that there. So you can line it up. Le stencil, vous pouvez mettre par-dessus, ou vous pouvez wish our stamps only cost 15 cents. Yeah, I agree with you there. Donc, vraiment cute.
And then the tiny squares, I just love that.
And the tiny squares is one of our favorites.
It just makes everything into
So, voilà. Ça, c'est le tiny squares die texture plate.
It's used with a stencil, right?
So, you can use any stencil over the top. So there they use the floral over the top. Here, that's the tiny squares stencil. Donc, il y a une stencil qui le match. Donc, vous pouvez le voir. Là, ils ont juste utilisé l'autre stencil, le block stencil. So you can see that even though they're using the tiny squares in the back, they don't always have to match it up to the tiny square stencil. Here they did. Look how pretty that is. So, vraiment du fun. Okay? So, waffle flour is definitely a big hit here. So, as for the 49 Market, this is the Little Dreamer collection que vous pouvez maintenant, that you can now buy single pages of. So, if you bought the collection pack, but you want one or two more of the one with the fox, you can do that. So, really, really very pretty. Okay, so this is the Little Dreamer collection, and this one's called Dozing Darlings. Okay, et voilà le verso qui est aussi très original. Then we've got sur la Cloud 9. Ça s'appelle Cloud 9. You've got un petit libellule, un autre en haut, et le verso, c'est toutes les montgolfières. So you've got lots of little hot air balloons on the back. I love this one with all the blocks. It's called Building Blocks. Et j'adore que les couleurs sont tellement neutres. Donc, vous pouvez utiliser avec n'importe quelle image ou photo de bébé. Allô, Caro. Then we've got milestones. So you've got month 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 12, avec tous les différents animaux bébés. Hi, Pauline. Bonjour, Chantal. And that's the back side of that one. So again, il fait plein de petits nuances, donc très versatile. Then I love this little elephant. Ça s'appelle Hello World. Hello World. Très, très, très jolis. Donc, maintenant, sont disponibles à l'unité. Then we've got Over the Moon, a cow jumping over the moon. Very cute. They are like bohemian cows. Donc, tellement, une ligne tellement mignonne. Mignon. Allô, Manon?
Love the colors of these.
Yeah. Et Tiny Treasures avec notre petit girafe. On a un oiseau, un autre oiseau, un petit, je pense que c'est un lapin ou un écureuil. Je pense que c'est un écureuil. Very, very cute. And that's the backside, le chevron. Then we have Bundle of Joy. Donc ça, c'est le dernier. Ça dit bébé. Actually, ça dit baby. Et le verso, un autre chevron. Donc, ceux-là sont maintenant disponibles à l'unité. Okay? Then we've got Little Celebration. So, Little Celebration is also one that is in the same color scheme as Little Dreamer. Okay, so really very, very pretty, same color scheme. And this is what we've got. So that first one was called Whimsy. Whimsy. Moi, je trouve eux autres pour n'importe quelle sorte de célébration, il est parfait. Parce que c'est tellement neutre, vous pouvez ajouter n'importe quelle couleur, vous pouvez faire pour n'importe quelle occasion. So this is called Luminous. Luminous. And then we've got Uplifting Moments. Uplifting Moments. Okay. Very, very cute. All right. Then we've got Cheers. Cheers. Okay. Et ceux-là, c'est des petits picots. So, ça peut être anniversaire pour adultes. C'est ça aussi que j'aime. This one's called Party Time. And you have to say it that way. Party Time. Hello, Michelle. Sont toutes disponibles déjà en ligne. Then we've got Bespoke. Bespoke. Okay. And look how pretty this is. Just a beautiful, beautiful paper. Could also be great for sympathy cards. Unfortunately, we have to make those sometimes. So, Faded Memory. Faded Memory. Okay. And then we have Celebrate. Celebrate. Très joli. J'aime aller plus proche juste pour vous montrer toutes les nuances qu'ils mettent. Okay. Whoops. And that was the collection pack. All right. So those papers are now available individually online. The last thing I wanted to show you were a few Spellbinders things. So we've got the cake, because we've sold out of the cake. And so this one is ganache gâteau. Donc ça fait un gros gâteau que vous pouvez décorer comme vous voulez. Mais la raison que cette ligne a été faite est parce que toutes les choses pour anniversaire, il a l'air trop cute pour les enfants. Puis ils ont voulu faire une pour les adultes. So this was part of the, what was the collection?
Bougie birthday.
Bougie birthday. Bougie birthday. So voila. Also, for those of you who missed out on the number dies, so we've got the numbers.
Yeah.
And that is classy numbers. And we've got is, the, new, second, third, and ish. And then Winnie the Pooh, we still have these in stock. I just wanted to remind you guys about them with all the Pooh fans out there. We've got the honey pot, le honey pot, qui peut être utilisé avec les choses de Winnie the Pooh, mais aussi pour ceux qui fait plein de choses avec les abeilles. So for those of you who also do a lot of things with the bee, or you make your own honey, you package your own honey, so that's good for that. And I just love these characters. I thought they did such a good job on the vintage Pooh characters. Here's Tigger and Eeyore. Okay, Tigger and Eeyore. So really, really nice. And then, of course, we've got Pooh and Piglet. Pooh and Piglet. Okay? So really, really, really pretty. And then, what happened to these guys? Where are these? Oh, okay. So, we also have this one for you. So, a lot of people, having seen this card, wanted just this die. OK? Ils ont voulu seulement cette matrice-là parce que vous avez un pinceau, vous avez des ciseaux, vous avez les rouleaux de washi tape, tout dans une matrice. OK? Donc, plusieurs de vous autres ont voulu ceux-là seulement. Donc, maintenant, j'en ai ça. J'en ai comme, je pense, 4. Il y avait une commande spéciale, mais je pense que j'ai 4 ou 5. Et ça, c'est le Crafty Babe, le deuxième morceau de le kit, qui vous donne tous les petits carrés et le gros cœur avec les petits picots. So, tout ça vient dans le paquet. Ceux-là, ils s'appellent Labels and Icons. Great for labeling things in a planner, in a journal, or just on a page. They're fun little pieces to put on. So, lots of goodness there. All right, my friends. Now, the other thing I thought of doing today was showing you the Better Press kind of in action. I have a set. So I'm just trying to grab the set. Where did I put the press plate? Voila. So I've got Garden Medley here. I do not have the stamp set. I have the stencil, I have the die, and I have the Better Press plate. Now, vous pouvez faire ce que je vais faire, vous pouvez faire avec le press plate. Vous pouvez aussi faire avec l'étampe. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this and then I'm going to color it in. Now, it should work. So we are going to, okay, Erin's just on the phone, so I'm single-handed at the moment because I need her to hold the, j'ai besoin de elle pour tenir le téléphone pour que je peux faire mon vidéo. Mais elle va venir dans 2 secondes. Mais je vais faire sortir ça. Ça, c'est la plate Better Press. Il vient avec un tapis aimanté. So, I'm going to show you. So, first of all, here's the secret to how this is magnetic. And I just found this out today. Is, oh no, this one's just glued on. Mais les matrices, il y en a une aimant en dedans. There are magnets inside their packaging. But now I just want to take this off without ripping everything. Donc, donne-moi 2 secondes. All right, guys, I'm going to stand this up for a second while I do this. You are staring at the platinum machine, okay? They put like strong tape there. Pour ceux qui ont déjà acheté des matrices de Pink Fresh, vous savez exactement de quoi je parle. So if you've already bought Pink Fresh, then you understand exactly what I'm talking about. They don't want it to move in the package, so they use very strong tape. Okay, so ça c'est aimanté. Okay, so this is magnetic, and as long as I place my plate in the A2 section, que je vais faire juste comme ça, we are set. And now I'm just going to grab my paper. Oh, this is not the Better Press paper. Hang on. I don't know if I have a spare Better Press paper. I didn't think of that. All right, I'm going to do this and I'm going to shim it with another paper. Okay. All right, je vais essayer avec cette papier-là. Donc, je colle mon papier sur mon plateforme, qui est le couvert. Je vais vous montrer ça dans 2 secondes. It's okay, done. OK, j'ai besoin d'un autre petit morceau de tape. And we are going to be ready with our paper. Now, I have to be careful because il y en a des places où la plaque va dans les coins. Donc, je vais le mettre juste un petit peu de la tape. Sinon, je vais manquer mon image. All right, so I know you guys couldn't see me, but that's what I did. I just taped on my paper, okay, dans le carré où il dit que c'est le Better Press, ou c'est le A2. Maintenant, je vais ajouter de l'encre, et l'encre, vous voulez mettre assez, et aussi vous voulez que ce soit la dernière étape. You want this to be the last step before you're going to go and press it. Okay, because the ink will dry and then while you're going and doing everything else, so you really want this to be your last step. Okay, there we go. All right, okay, here goes. Okay, so it looks like I got a good amount of ink on there. And now I'm just praying that this is going to work. All right, so vous voulez un Better Press. Vous voulez le Better Press, il dit Better Press en bas et en haut. Okay, you want it to say Better Press bottom and top. Okay. And then you roll it through carefully. Now mine has a little extra pressure because I shimmed it. So normalement, votre plaque va pas faire ça, ni craquer comme je viens de craquer la mienne parce que j'ai mis trop de pression. So yours isn't going to do that. But then you're going to end up with this, which unfortunately I didn't center enough, but il est assez profond puis tellement joli. So you see that? So that's the Better Press. C'est imprimé dans le papier. You can see it on the back. Il n'est pas gaufré, c'est vraiment poussé dans le papier. All right? So that is Better Pressing. Okay? Now, I'm going to put you guys up here and, okay, we're going to be here and I'm going to zoom a little bit so that we've got this. Okay. Okay. So we're going to zoom. There we go. Perfect. So we zoom and All right. I am going to open up Facebook so that I can see what you guys are seeing. Facebook. Ta-da. All right. So I can see what you're seeing. And I'll turn off the sound and we're good. So I have here my Sizzix platform. Okay. Go. Jay. Go. 30. I'll announce it for later. Oh, it is? Okay. All right. So here goes, guys. Now, we are also going to be announcing a sale. I'll announce it at the end. And I am going to put this down on, so this is my Sizzix stamping platform, and it is already sticky, okay? I am going to put this down, and then I'm going to take out my stencils, which I left over there. I'm going to take out my stencils, and I'm going to take out my inks. I'm going to go with the Pink Fresh again, just because they're right here. So I'm going to do those. And we are going to turn this over so I see an idea of some of the colors that they chose. And here we go. All right. Donc, il y en a combien de pochoirs dans ceux-là? Il y en a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pochoirs. So there are 6 here. Now my card is going to stay down because this is sticky. It's sticky grid sheet if you've never heard of it. It's one of my favorites. And then I'm going to line this up based on where I see the flowers. Et aussi, il dit pochoir 1, il dit stencil 1 here. Et il y en a des petits coins pour aligner vos coins. Okay? So there's also little corners there for you to align your paper. Now mine might be a little off because, like I said, I didn't do it perfectly in the center. So I'm going to align mine up by eye. Okay? Donc voilà. Je vais faire le plus que possible de l'aligner moi-même parce que j'ai pas bien centré mon mon élément. And I'm still going to tack it down a little bit. Je vais mettre un peu de tape juste pour être certaine que ça va rester en place. And come on. Donne-moi juste 2 secondes. OK. Donc, je vais le mettre un peu de tape en haut, juste pour le garder en place. Okay? So, I'm going to just pick a color to do the first layer. And all the flowers and leaves and everything will be that same color. So, they went with the pink, let's go with the pink. Okay. So I'm going to open this to the side here. I'm going to take out my pinks and we're going to go with a sparkling rosé.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, a sparkling rose.
That sounds delicious right now.
Well, it's sparkling rose. Sounds delicious maybe in a sangria.
Yeah.
Okay, so je vais prendre mon grip paper, mon Tim Holtz grip mat pour garder mon carré en place. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go wherever I see the spaces. Okay? So j'essaie de mettre plein. Now, I probably should have dried the ink first because it might pick up a little bit of the black. C'est possible que ça va aller chercher le noir parce que j'ai pas pensé de le sécher avant. And it's not that it doesn't dry fast enough. Ça sèche assez vite, mais c'est juste pour être certaine parce que je veux mettre une autre encre par-dessus. C'est des fois une bonne idée, dépendant lequel encre tu as utilisé, de prendre le temps de le sécher avant. Pas pour longtemps. You don't have to dry it for very long, but if you add a little heat to it, you're sure it sets. Okay? So, we're just going to do that. And I'm trying to get, je veux pas que ça soit toute une couleur, donc je laisse comme un peu de dégradé de couleur dans certaines. So I'm really okay with not every one being as dark as the other, but I want to make sure I get these small pieces because they will count to somebody. All right, donc pochoir 1 est faite. C'est un peu plus foncé que vous voyez. So now I'm just going to lift that, take out stencil 1, and you can see it got all of those spots. That is what it is. That's what these stencils are supposed to do. Make your life easy. Okay? Donc, la deuxième pochoir, que j'ai laissé en dessous, la deuxième pochoir, ça va me donner des centres de fleurs. So it's going to do a lot of the centers of the flowers. So we've got that lined up as well. So now I can take my pieces of tape from my first stencil, put them on here to keep that in line. Donc, la première étape que j'ai faite avec mon Better Press, vous pouvez faire avec soit le Better Press ou l'étampe. Erin, can you see if we have the Garden Medley stamp set from Pink Fresh? So, ça c'est une étape, comme j'ai dit, que vous pouvez faire avec une, le Better Press ou vous pouvez juste prendre l'étampe et faite étampé en noir et fait le même coloriage. So then you could just do the same kind of coloring.
I don't have it out, but I thought you had brought one back here.
Garden Medley? No, it's not this, honey.
That's not it?
No.
Oh, garden. Oh, it's that.
Okay. And we are going to put the center in using Rise and Shine. Rise and Shine. That's the name of the ink pad. Again, I'm going to put it down there. These are all small, sont toutes petits, donc je vais prendre un blender qui est plus petit. All right. And I'm going to do, ooh, this yellow's brighter than I thought. Mais c'est correct. Je peux mettre un petit peu d'orange aussi par-dessus if I find it too bright. So you see, and because I'm using a small blender, it's getting in the spots very easily and very quickly. Ça fait ça assez vite et facilement. Okay. Voilà. Je vais oublier un. Je ne vais pas oublier. All right. So that is stencil 2. Now, how beautiful and fast is that? I mean, really, guys, you could go and color them yourself with your markers. It's not going to be done that fast. Just saying. So here's what the stamp looks like. Donc, si vous n'avez pas une machine Better Press, vous pouvez aller avec l'étampe. You could just do the stamp. and the stencils and then die cut it or leave it like this. OK? Donc, vous pouvez laisser ça comme le fond ou il y a une découpe que vous pouvez le découper aussi. All right, so that is stencil 2. Now let's go on to stencil 3. All right, stencil 3. Did I just turn these over? I did. Stencil 3 is right here. So now we're going to be working on, are we doing leaves? We're doing leaves. La feuillage un petit peu. There we go. There we go. That looks pretty lined up for my image. Et encore, je vais juste prendre les mêmes tapes. Mais comme j'ai dit, comme j'utilise mon sticky grid, déjà, il y a le pochoir commence à coller à le sticky grid, mais ça c'est juste comme l'assurance. So you know you buy insurance just because? Well, the tape is my insurance. Just doesn't cost as much as insurance. All right, so we've got that. So now we're going to go to a nice green. Just make sure it's down. We're going to go with a nice green. Which green? See, I like olive. I like to go that color, but some people might go key lime. Nope, I think I'm going olive, guys. All right, and I think I'm going to go with my medium-sized brush at that point. Put that on my grid sheet. Donc, tu vois, quand je veux mettre de l'encre dessus, il faut pas que je tiens mon tapis. Erin, do you want to put up the link for the grip mat from Tim Holtz? Yeah, you see, I like the olive color. Ça, c'est juste pour moi.
Tim Holtz Media Grip Mat?
Yeah. Donc ça, j'ai découpé un morceau, OK? J'ai le gros morceau aussi qui me reste, mais ceux-là, j'ai découpé juste un petit morceau. Et si vous checkez les vidéos de Tim, il fait plein de différents formats de son grip mat. Il découpe les formats qu'il veut avoir. So, he's cut his. And I just cut a small piece for when I'm using small ink pads so that I don't have to take out the whole big mat just to use a small ink pad.
Don't you love these Pink Fresh inks?
They are. The Pink Fresh inks are the bomb. They're really nice.
I think we have all of them.
We do. Donc, on a tous les paquets des encres Pink Fresh. Ils vous donnent la chance d'avoir les couleurs dégradées facilement. So Pink Fresh inks, they give you the chance to do gradient colors very easily. And again, I'm leaving some nuances on the leaves where I'm doing some a little darker on the bottom, but leaving them fade out. And that's another thing you can do easily in your stencils. Okay, so don't want to forget that little guy down there. So we're good. So we will lift that, and we've got beautiful foliage. Okay. So that is stencil number 3. Just comes together so easily.
What color are you going to use next? I say an orange.
I don't know.
Orange.
That's those 1, 2, and 3. Now I've got stencil number 4, and that's going to fill in some of our flowers. Okay, so I have to center it here. Up there we're good. I have to figure it down here.
What color, you guys?
Oh.
Filling in some, what if we put in some blue? Is that crazy?
I would.
Yellow?
I might put in some.
Put yellow in this. Gray?
Yeah,
I'm scared of gray.
I love gray. Well, they did it in yellow. Because they used more of an orangey yellow on their...
I wonder what Odette thinks.
I wonder. Odette, what color should we use? Purple? Pink?
Maybe an orchid shade.
I think Odette would prefer pink.
I think Odette loves pink.
C'est sa couleur.
C'est vrai, Odette? No. I still like a nice blue. I don't know.
You're thinking a blue? No, I'm not putting a blue there. I am going to go... I can do an orange. I can do...
Christine says purple.
I'm going to do
Everyone's
an
saying
orange
something
coming
different.
up. Yeah, I might, if I have a light purple, I'm going to do like this one.
Lavender?
Like a lavender, or maybe even soft lilac.
It's going to be, no.
That's going to be too pale.
Two the same.
But this might be too heavy. We'll see. All right. We'll say goodbye to our green olive.
Oh, we got a lot of purple. Christine, Ariel says pink or purple.
No,
No, Odette hates pink.
Okay, so we're settling on purple. All right. Now, j'utilise un petit encore parce que ils sont pas des gros espaces. So we're going to put in, it's kind of a pinky purple.
Oh, is it going to be too similar?
Right.
No, it's purple.
We will see. We will see.
But
But I'm going to put orange as well.
On va mettre l'orange. Elle aime rose seulement s'il l'a avec l'orange. Well, yeah, purple and orange.
Purple and orange are beautiful together. I mean pink and orange. Voila.
Are we going to have a little announcement at the end of this video?
I told them I'll be
Oh.
announcing a sale. To stay tuned, but
People have to go. They'll catch
people
it on the
have to go.
replay.
They'll see it on the replay or in an email. I think it's a good sale. It's fun, just an impromptu. One company, but a popular company.
Look at Maurice.
Oh boy, guys. Well, you're not going to be able to see this unless Aaron puts it down. But Maurice is...
Oh, Maurice!
Maurice is celebrating.
Maurice is very excited.
He's very, very excited. He can barely contain himself. He wants to scream it at the time. It looks cute.
Did he
until
just show up in
dropped
there
it.
and
Yeah.
then he dropped it?
And then he dropped it. Pauvre Maurice. Il fait du travail tout le
Wait,
temps.
Maurice is overworked and underpaid.
Oh, that's pretty.
I like it.
That's pretty.
Orange will bring it out nice.
Yeah. I just need one spot here. So you see, by checking it first, you can go back and you can say, oh, you know what? I wanted that a little darker. I wanted that a little darker. And I wanted this a little darker. So, oh, I think that one too. Okay. So, lovely. We've got our lovely bouquet coming together.
You say you've been with Tracy. You're saying lovely.
Lovely. All right. Maintenant, pochoir 5. Pochoir numéro 5.
Orange, orange.
And there we've got that. This one's definitely a small one.
Clementine?
Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine. So, oh, really? Donc, Odette, est-ce que tu veux qu'on soit fermé dans un couple de jours? Parce que je pense pas que Maurice il veut ça, mais si les clients veulent ça.
If Maurice was in charge.
Yes, if Maurice was in charge, we'd be in trouble.
But we have to stop him from...
I think I'm going apricot.
What?
I think Clementine's
It's going to be too
bright.
much?
Yes. Je sais apricot. Sinon, je peux toujours changer d'idée puis mettre un autre. Because this is a pretty, pretty orange.
Should we talk about the sale while we're...
No.
No? Well, we like to keep them on their toes?
Maurice is a salesman. Yeah, he is. Mais c'est une compagnie qui est populaire, mais il fait du papier, il fait des étampes, il fait des éphémères.
Des pochoirs.
Who's playing this game, me or you?
Me.
Oh. Always you. Okay. I think we've got a nice color of orange happening here.
Wow.
Look how pretty. Okay. And now our last one is going to fill in the last, I need my tapes, are going to fill in the last of the leaves. Voila.
We're going to do like a lighter green.
So you see, it's really not difficult to line up
It's kind of fun.
your stencils. It's almost like color by number. All right, where's my apricot? We've got apricot done there. And now my stencil is down. And we've got that there. All right, voila. Okay, our last color is going to be another green, and I think I'm going to go with grassy knoll. Grassy knoll. Okay, now I can use this green, but I would have to clean it a bit. Okay, so I'm going to take some paper and I'm just going to clean it off a bit. Donc, quand il n'y a plus de couleur qui transfère, ça va dire que c'est correct d'utiliser la même. Because there's no more color that's going to come out. Okay? So, it's pretty clean. I should be able to get my proper shade of green. Okay? C'est comme ça que vous pouvez utiliser toutes les mêmes pinceaux
Yeah, a citrus
pour
green,
la
Odette.
couleur.
I would call that a citrus green.
Yep. Grassy knoll. So I really do like the Pink Fresh inks, guys. They, I like that they come, I know my
Your
bracelet.
bracelet's rattling.
I like that they come in the 4-pack. Des petits. On a aussi les grandes, plupart des couleurs. Donc, vous pouvez prendre les petits, puis vos préférés, vous pouvez avoir en plus gros. So, if you have a color that you use a lot, then you might want the larger pad. But for just stuff like this, you're good with the smaller pads. Okay.
So nice.
So very, very fun, very pretty, easy to do, and the image is colored, okay? I didn't have to change markers and do one color at a time, you know, like one leaf at a time. So you can definitely see how pretty that comes out. Now, ça peut être un fond de carte. Je peux mettre juste un petit souhait, puis ça va être parfait.
Peut-être un peu de bling.
Oui, on peut mettre des petits bijoux. So you can put a little bit of bling on there. You can put a little sentiment and just attach this to a card front and you're set. But because we're doing a video, I just want to show you what it looks like if you do use the die, which is over there. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to grab the die. I'm going to, Erin has to put, you can't put bling because I'm about to
I'm
cut.
never gonna do, but just to show.
Yeah, just to show. Okay. So,
Auction this image off.
auction.
Love.
Yeah,
You can do one too.
that's right.
Everyone could do that.
I agree with you, Ariel. I love Pink Fresh ink. And you can get the re-inkers. We can get any colors you want. So here is what you have to do though. Oops. Oh, don't tell me.
You put it the
It's upside down. Okay. No?
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay. I am thinking that there's a problem here. Parce que en bas, ça aligne pas.
It looks like it is, huh?
No. It is not. Because it's cutting in the middle of flowers.
Maybe that's just how it's done. Because it lines up everywhere. Mais comment est-ce que ça c'est possible?
Oh, because there's probably no blades on those pieces. That's why. Okay.
Trust the process.
I'm going to trust the process, guys. All right. I am going to just go over to the machine and cut it. I will be right back. You guys can talk amongst yourselves as to what's going on sale. All right. Oh, I'm also supposed to know how to use this to cut, right? How to build the cutting. Okay. The die. Now, you should tape your die in place. Mets un petit peu de tape.
Tu veux que je montre? Should I bring that on?
Well, when you take it out of there, you might lose the volume.
I'll take it out carefully.
Well, I'm telling you, even when I take it out carefully, I often lose the volume.
Sorry if you guys get a little jiggle. Une compagnie américaine ou européenne for the sale?
Européenne.
Est-ce qu'on a encore le volume, tout le monde?
So the paper, the die. Oh, well, they're showing cutting upwards, but I can't do that because I have to line up the die. Then, oops, I forgot a cutting plate underneath, guys. Aye.
On apprend.
Platform base. C'est comme la troisième fois que j'ai utilisé les spellbinders. Donc, il faut que je fais mon... So we've got the platform base, we've got the platform top. Okay, we've got the platform top. We've got one cutting plate, which is these. Then we've got my paper and die.
Merci tout le monde qui dit le son est là.
All right, it looks lined up, guys. And now we're just going to trust in the process. J'espère que ça va être dans la bonne place. Okay. And then last but not least is just the other cutting plate. And here we go.
Crank it.
Okay, I don't want to force it. What am I doing wrong? I did exactly what they said.
Okay, you just have to press hard. Trust the process.
Voilà. All right. Donc, on a parlé qu'on peut utiliser ça comme un fond juste comme tel. We could have just used it as a background. But what does it look like when you cut it out?
Wow.
Okay, so
Yeah, I was off a little bit in centering it.
Cut off just a little extra here.
Yeah. But look at how pretty that would look on a card. Okay? So, mine moved. Ça a bougé juste un petit peu, mais c'est presque parfait. Look how pretty that comes out. Donc, à ce temps-là, vous pouvez même imprimer un autre sur un carton blanc, puis après mettre ça par-dessus avec des points de forme. So you could even go and do another better press in the black, put it underneath, then pop this up on top so you've got that illusion of the two. That would be very pretty. So definitely, Garden Medley de Pink Fresh was my favorite from this past month's release. So that's why I have that to show you as a sample. What are you looking for?
Just a piece of cardstock.
A piece of cardstock to put it on. Voilà. Donc, votre carte. Et là, vous voyez pas tout le blanc parce que ça va, it just blends into the background.
Mais même comme ça, et avec de foam,
Yep.
ça peut être joli.
Yep. You could definitely just do it like that. So that is really, really pretty. Okay. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about the Better Press. I know I've talked about it before. And let's turn the camera around instead of you looking at my mess. And so, who started guessing about the sale besides Maurice? Okay?
Maurice knows everything.
Maurice knows everything. Okay, but Maurice is in my way. All right. So yes, c'est une compagnie européenne. Ils vendent, comme j'ai dit, des papiers, des matrices, pas des matrices, des papiers, des éphémères, les décalques, les pochoirs, what else? Le pochoir. Oh, a little bit of everything.
Say one, but it would give it away.
Yeah, I know.
The Raban?
I said des Raban, les collants, le papier de riz. They sell rice paper. And the one that's going to give it away, they sell molds, les moules.
Oh, Maurice.
Donc, ils vendent les moules aussi. Et c'est possible, on ne sait jamais, que peut-être je vais ajouter plus à cette vente-là, mais pour le départ, pour aujourd'hui, qui est déjà disponible en ligne, c'est, oui Michel, c'est Stamperia. OK? C'est toutes les lignes, sauf les deux nouveaux. So it's not going to be Christina Radovan's, what's it called?
Salt and Sea?
Salt and Sea, Sea and Salt. So it's not going to be that one, and it's not going to be the Timeless that just came out, but it will be everything else before that. So there are tons of stuff there. Il y en a plein des items. Silency. Donc, pas Silency ni Timeless, mais les autres sont disponibles. Ce fois-ci, on n'a pas mis les peintures ni les pâtes dans la vente. Mais les moules, les pochoirs, tout ça. Et je pense qu'on a mis à 35%.
You're crazy.
I know, and you still get your points too. So it's 35% plus you get points after that. So that really is over 40% off. So definitely a reason to celebrate. All right, my friends, we will be sending out an email as well. And who knows, maybe some more surprises over the weekend. You just never know with me. I don't know. Sometimes I just lose it. All right, my friends. Bon vendredi. Merci de partager votre temps avec nous. And thank you for spending your time with me. I loved having you here. I will see you again very soon. Monday, 4 o'clock, same time, same place. It is the Weekender weekend. I hope you all got your schedule and you know exactly what's going on. It seems like it's going to be some late nights, but enjoy it. It's supposed to be a fabulous, fabulous event. N'oubliez pas que vous pouvez le regarder n'importe quand. Donc, si c'est trop tard pour vous, vous pouvez le regarder un autre temps. Il n'y a aucun problème. Et je vous souhaite une très bonne fin de semaine. Même avec la pluie, ça vous donne une excuse de rester à maison puis faire de craft ou venir magasiner avec nous. So, have a good one, guys. Great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.